All right, we just checked out Tekken 7 on the theater, and I got to play it a little bit. I'm really excited for this game, Mark Religioso. Did I get it right?
That's a perfect pronunciation, A+.
You gave the presentation, so you know a lot about what's going on here. I'm really psyched about this because I've been following the Tekken games since I was 8 or 9.
Nice.
And I can't imagine it without the Mishima family storyline, and this is the end to it. What? How?
So the Mishima family storyline, I like to describe it as almost like a Jerry Springer type of conflict here. It's a very, very dysfunctional family. Like you said, it spans 4 different generations, right? And it's a 20-year-long saga. So, at the really core and center of the story is this battle between father and son. It's Heihachi and Kazuya. And in Tekken 7, you're actually going to play out the final and epic battle. Like, who's going to come out? Who knows? We're excited to see that.
How does Jin or even Lars fit into this?
Ooh, that's a good question. We're going to be revealing story points later. We're just teasing it at E3 this year, but just keep your ears out. But Jin, he is part of that Mishima family line, and so is Lars. So, it's a family affair at its best.
All right, I'm just going to let that slide for now. So we're looking at more additions to gameplay, including Rage Arts and Rage Drive. What is the difference between the two of them?
So Rage Arts and Rage Drives, they're new tools in the game in addition to power crushes. Rage Arts are more of like a super move, I guess you could say. That's the easiest way to explain it. A Rage Drive is a character-specific move that might have different properties for each character. So they might have different skill sets. So one move for one character might be defensive and one might be more offensive. And the cool thing is that you can actually combo them in. So, for example, like Fang, his is more defensive, so he uses his big Rage Drive shoulder, and that actually gives a little more air clinch between him and his opponent. So it's more of a defensive move, but it's definitely something cool and new to gameplay to actually mix it up and make the game come to life.
All right. Well, Tekken is known for having a major roster of characters. We don't see all of them at this point. Is that because this is more of like a Tekken 4 version, like kind of pared down, or is it to come in the future that you're holding from me?
Ooh, that's a good question. So let's just say there's going to be over 30 playable characters in Tekken 7 for console and PC. You mentioned we do have a lot of new characters too. Like I said, Tekken is one of those franchises that's always had like this big roster of rich characters from real-world places. So you have Katarina from Brazil, you have Claudio from Italy, and my personal favorite is Josie Rizal because she's from my homeland of the Philippines.
Of the Philippines, right?
Correct. So it's awesome. It's awesome that you can bring these new characters, new content to life in Tekken with whole new moves, all new combos, and all new Rage Arts and Rage Drives too.
So Akuma is well known for being part of the Street Fighter series, and now he's playing a major, or at least pivotal role in this one. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so he comes in as a mystery, right? So who is this guy going to battle with Heihachi, right? So as the story is, Akuma actually knew Kazumi, which is Heihachi's wife. And he made a promise to Kazumi, if anything were to happen to Kazumi, that he would come out and destroy Heihachi and her son Kazuya. So like I said, here comes in that real family, that family affair, family counseling type of conflict that we have at hand. So that's all I can say about Akuma and his storyline at this point, but it's really exciting.
Yeah, it is, because usually you don't see like a major character from another franchise playing another major role in a different franchise. So that's kind of a unique thing going on. You do have a pretty good relationship going on with Capcom or Street Fighter as it stands. Can we look to see more of this in the future?
Only time will tell.
Oh, you. Well, I know we've all been waiting for Tekken Cross Street Fighter, or thinking about it at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at this point in time, all we can say is that project is on hold at this point, and they can look forward to Akuma and Tekken 7.
All right, very cool. Can you talk a little bit more about changes that have been made? Like, for instance, there's no tag mode at this point, but we do have Rage Arts and some other, I think in the presentation you were talking about absorbing damage, but also reflecting it out. I got some kind of shield when I was playing the demo.
Yeah, so that's something called the Power Crush. That's also a new element in Tekken 7. So what you can do, it's actually an armored move. So you can actually still connect on a big hit, but you actually have to sacrifice some health as well. So it's a little bit of a gamble, but you can still actually land your hit.
Well, thanks so much for talking to us, Mark. Eventually, we will figure out more about Tekken 7, but what we got so far is pretty damn good. Thanks so much for talking to us.
Awesome, my pleasure.